Sri Sai Ram. Love is the only power. Love is the only way. Love sweetens every hour. Love, have a lovely day. Love is the only power. Love is the only way. There is no other power. There is no other way. Om Sri Sai Ram. Sometimes my own people ask me, how can I talk in this age of Kali? All the time of love, 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 love. It may be spiritually a good quality to be able to love. But to say that love is the only power and love is the only way, is it not stretching its value beyond this practicability, applicability of human affairs? Swami says, Manchidi. Very good. I tell them, okay, fine. If you are very practical, business like calculating mind, educated with all the modern theories of competitiveness, very good. Calculating minds, computer minds. Our human minds have become computer minds. Computer minds, calculating minds. There is no second opinion on that. And Swami says calculating mind can neither be creative minds nor courageous minds nor compassionate minds, because they will calculate on everything. They will not take risk. They will not have that courage. They will calculate. They will not be compassionate. They will calculate. And they cannot be creative because creativity comes from here, not from here. And calculation comes from here, ends here. Once during Swami's 80th, 85th, 80th birthday, 85th birthday, uh, 1985, our Ulasnagar Samiti had invited a minister, Patil, I think Nakul Patil, if I remember correctly, as a chief guest, and we had put up a big exhibition of Swami's teachings, photographs, a mini, very, very mini. You just can't compare the well with the ocean like that. But those days it was huge thing to create that Swami's exhibitions with Swami's teachings, videos all around. It was a big achievement by the Samiti. And I, being the Samiti convener, Those days, I was the youngest Samiti convener. We had invited Lakshman Chawla ji also. So, after taking the minister around the exhibition, he was so much highly impressed. Of course, I was asked to say few words, but before me, the chief guest, the minister, he spoke. He started questioning in this same manner. कि Mr. Thakur, being so young, educated, from theatre family, I heard that you are spending so much of your time on seva, bhajans, like a formality. We know that politicians don't mean what they say. They say according to the situation, okay. So their words are to be taken with that. But when my turn came, I heard myself say, I never prepare, as I mentioned, my talk anytime. He was talking about my being in business and still devoting so much of my time, energy, and he asked in his speech, where do I find time to do my business? So I told him in presence of all the devotees that sir, I am actually pakka practical businessman. In any business, those days our markets were not open. Even to earn 2% to 3% on any business was a big deal. I said, sir, in this climate, this atmosphere, when we are not able to earn beyond 5%, even Tata's Birlas don't earn beyond 5% on their business. Those days, 80s. I earned 200% on my business. He was shocked. He looked at my face. I was talking on mic. I said, yes, I don't speak a word which is not true. I'm standing here in presence of Swami. I earn 200% on my business. You will wonder how? I'll give you a practical example. You are a practical man. We visit all the remand home, blind schools, home of aged, home of destitutes, blind workshop, deaf and dumb workshops, certified schools in the entire district, and you are in charge of this district Thane. You can inquire from you will not know, but I am telling you how many institutions are there in your district. You will not know. When I go to Vivendi Remand Home, for example, the moment these boys just see, listen, they hear the horn of my car, they leave all their jobs, whatever, even if they are eating food, they will come out rushing. And what they do, and what I do there, I don't carry any gifts or anything for them. This is my practice. I would tell all other Sevadal brothers to take the prasadam and distribute. I will never do that. I will go empty handed, carrying His love. What I have received directly from God, I carry His love and give and channelize that love of God to each one of them. And these boys in return, they ghirao me, they want to touch my body, they don't know my name. Saira Mala, Saira Mala, Saira Mala. That's what they say. In Marathi means Sairam has come. They don't know my name, I don't know their names. 200 boys give their love to me, which they are not able to share or give to anyone. Remand home is a jail for adults and boys below 18. They are very innocent, pure. They tell me, we touch your body and you hug us, we feel so comfortable, because the teachers here in our remand home, if we do any mischief, they want to beat us. They beat us with stick. We don't get the human touch of even slap on our face. We never had that opportunity of living with our parents. We don't know who our parents are. Most of them are destitute, found on footpath, and they came from all over India. Anybody, some small boy on VT station, Churchgate station, coming by any train, they do not know from where they have come. Such innocent souls. They gave me love, 200 boys. Every visit when I go there, I give one love and I receive 200 love, 200% profit. And if you call off and if you ask for commodity in business, sir, I told him in front of everybody, our business mind tells you should do business of the commodity which is in scarcity. You will earn highest profits. If you can give what is not easily available, you will be the most successful businessman. And I am a businessman. Even Swami told me when I took word from him, this I did not tell him. When I took Swami's word that two births, no karma for me, I want to be your near and dear in Satyasai and Premasai. Because he offered, I was crying. I just played my ball wisely. That point in time, Swami was in mood to give me the entire Brahmanda. He cannot see tear in my eyes, in anybody's eyes for that matter. His love for each one of us is that of millions of mothers put together. He says thousands, but I know he is being very modest in that. His love for each one of us is that of million plus mothers put together. Moment he saw a tear shedding from my eyes, he shed one tear, I will wipe hundreds from your eyes. He took me inside. That day he did not give interview to anybody else, me and my wife and Swami. And when I took his word, because I knew this is the right time, he gives that buddhi. He prompts. Nobody can open mouth in front of Swami without his prompting. It is like he selecting the boys to play the drama, he selecting the script, he going for rehearsal, he giving finishing touches even to the entry, exit, and makeup, everything actually. And then he's sitting in the audience as if he's watching the drama for the first time with full excitement. And then he gives the prizes for the best performance. Everything moves around him. So I said, sir, everybody, even you told in your speech that love is the most scarcity item in this world today. So I'm doing business of this love, not my love, his love. I give his love through this my hands, through my heart, through my entire being, and I receive 200% profit on that. I receive the pure divine love of these children. They are innocent. Even if they have committed some wrong, some crime, innocently, their hearts are pure. And I receive their love. And when I come out of that remand home, I feel that, wow, I'm blessed. This is the magic of love. This is the power of love. Many devotees, maybe I should say without any hesitation, every devotee, whether he had any proximity interviews or even touch of this God or not, who has come into his orbit, even mentally, spiritually, many his real devotees have never visited Puttaparthi. according to Swami. They are in his constant communication anywhere in this cosmos, not only this world. Everybody has received his love, experienced his love in one form or another. I have not only experienced his love, with his grace, I have experimented on his love. That's why sometimes jokingly I tell my children, I have done PhD on Satya Sai Baba. PhD on Satya Sai Baba means PhD on love. Satya Sai is love, love, love. Nothing else but love. He is Prema Swarupa. Love is my form. And I learned to do these experiments on love from my guide, from my master. I'll give one or two instances in one or two talks. During 1991 92, the token stumps system started in Puttaparthi. Before that, 90, I used to be the chief volunteer in Eastern Gate. People will come, first serve. First, they will meet outside, and then when the signal is given, they come and sit, occupy their seat, rushing, running. The crowds was in hundreds, but now the crowds, even on normal days, would be in thousands. So they found that token system. We all know it now. But those days, 91, 92, there was only one pure old gentleman, East Prashanti 1, the corner room. He was a father, a Tamilian, a father of one of the best singers, Swami's boys. I can't Raghu or some, I can't recollect his name. Beautiful boy. He was very nice to me. Very good boy. His voice is voice of Rafi, Muhammad Rafi. Beautiful boy. His dad, his father, old gentleman, noble soul. He was in charge. Those days, Sevadals and this weekly Pad Namaskar were not yet started. And those days, there was no security issues. One day I found I was standing in the queue for the token. I was sitting there. I found one young boy. Then I came to know that he is from German. Big hair, hippie like, carrying one small cup of tea from morning 6 o'clock. They would serve tea there. This South Indian canteen, some small shops had opened 1991. So small cup of tea and a toast, butter toast, one slice. He was eating and drinking tea and standing in the queue. Suddenly a thought came to me, what a wonderful God Swami is. He's Yogis in those days, Rishi Munis used to do tapas for thousands of years to get one glimpse of God. Here, this young boy is coming with a tea and toast and standing in queue. And by the time he goes inside, he will have darshan of Swami at least. Wow, I was feeling so happy and smiling. So he also looked at me with a smiling face. So he said Sai Ram. I said Sai Ram. Then I came to know that he is from German, but it is again strange that he could speak English very well. Then his mother and father, his parents also once invited me in ashram as a homeopath doctor. After that was after 93. This is 91. So, and I will narrate one beautiful thing about these foreigners. We should not underestimate their devotion. Is let me little bit fast forward because I may forget afterwards. These parents once, 94, they invited me to their room because they had some health issues, and I was word of mouth. Every foreigner, everybody, they would for any homeopathy medicine they would search for me. So they found out who am I, and that they came to my room and requested to visit them. They wanted to tell me something confidentially. So when I went early in the morning after Swami's darshan, they were having their breakfast papaya. So they said, sir, we have this small, we know that you don't accept any gifts or anything, but this is Swami Prasadam, please. I said, fine. I had made this principle. I had learned from again from Swami. Some people would force you with some gifts and tell this is token of love. Swami has taught me that why token? Why not only love? When boys tried to give him Swami, they got a carpet for Swami for his lotus feet as a token of love. Swami said, why token? Why not only love? So I learned this lesson in Trivrindavan from Swami. So I would not touch any gifts, money out of question, nothing. Because I knew the moment I touch anything, the power to heal would go. This much I knew because this was gift of God. You can't do business out of God's gifts. This I learned from Swami. This is the only organization, this is the only God where there is no donation box. No, Swami will not do business out of his divinity. Anyways, so what I found and I admire that when they put the papaya on the bowl plate and I started eating. But this gentleman and his wife, before taking papaya, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Wow, I feel little ashamed. We also do Brahma Arpanam before taking lunch, dinner, but before eating papaya or banana or any fruit or taking any drink, we don't do this, honestly. What I found, they did it so beautifully, lovingly, and sincerely. I learned my lesson. So we have to admire. It is not that Swami calls them for interview just like that. They are very serious about Swami and his spirituality. Anyways, now coming back to that boy. That boy became, before that token was being taken out, so this old gentleman will come and with that small bag, and then everybody has to take the token. He just told me, just joking, he was a young vagabond boy, like rowdy, like, what do you think we'll get today? I said, looking at your attitude, we'll get number one. He said, how can you say like that? I said, I don't know. Because I know Swami, he likes to pick up such souls. That is his hobby. So I feel this gut feeling. I have no another clue about it. And Swami plays the game. We actually got token number one. Wow, he became more attracted. I said, no, I don't have any power of intentions on that. It just I mentioned. Then we were sitting together in row one. He said, do you think that I will get Pad Namaskar or I will be able to give my letter to Swami? Again, just jokingly, I said, I think you deserve an interview. I was talking from doctor's point of view that he is the patient who needs the treatment. I said, you deserve that interview. He said, no. I said, let us see. Swami came, he took everybody's letter, his letter, and interview for him. I was so happy. I was now waiting outside for him to come out from the interview room and ask him what thrashings he got from Swami. After he came out, I asked him what happened. He said, brother, I have never experienced such love, even from my parents. He has loved me so much. And he did not mention anything about my bad habits. I take drugs, I do womanization, everything. My parents just asked me to go to Puttaparthi. That's it. They said only one thing, you obey. We have lost all hopes on you. This one last request, you go to Puttaparthi. After that, what happens to you between you and God? They had actually as good as abandoned me. But this God did not even mention. He just loved me. And he said, what do you want? And I don't know. I said, Swami, can you give me a ring? And see, he has given me a ring. Diamond ring. Green diamond. Wow. He was thanking me. I said, please don't do that because I have nothing to. It is, I feel happy that I had a little introduction with you before you got interview. Now it is between you and Swami. I have nothing to do with it. In the evening, I found him again sitting in the darshan line. He just called me, hey, you come and sit with me. You are lucky for me. So I went and sat with him. Could not recognize him. He had his hair cut, everything. And he was in white. He had bought white kurta pajama from outside. I said, wow, you are looking now real Sai devotee. He said, Swami didn't tell me anything, but I found that Swami has loved me so much. At least this much I can do for him. I remembered my days when Swami loved me without mentioning anything negative about me. He loved me and highlighted my goodness, my purity, my innocence, and taking up all the responsibilities without my asking. That put me to think, what can I do for this God? Because when you start loving somebody, you want to do something for that person out of love, not as token of love, but expression of love. And that is very normal. We can't tell anybody that I love you, what can you do for me? This is again our human mind, we do mistake. We go and tell Swami, Swami, we love you, we cannot live without you. And then next we write letter of suggestions and prayers to him, entire list. We want God to help us and do everything for us simply because we love him. It should be other way around. When we truly love him, everybody has this experience. When you become mature in love, then you don't, lovers are never beggars. They don't beg or seek anything from the beloved. They don't even ask. They don't even expect. They are happy with the love and the beloved, love of their beloved. They love for the sake of love. But that maturity comes with time. So this boy had taken one step, and what happened afterwards is unthinkable. In my 50 years of association and doing my so-called PhD, never found such case. Every day, morning and evening, this boy was called for interview. Every day, no exception. After 10 days, it became so routine that when Swami comes out from his interview room, this boy would simply go and sit in his interview room. Swami will take others also. But this boy had this privilege. He would go to Swami's interview room without even Swami calling him for interview. And nobody can do that without Swami's permission. And after 20-25 days, this boy was admitted in Swami's institute. Unofficially, I believe. That's what he told me. And he lived in Swami's boys' hostel with Swami's boys for nearly 3 to 6 months, learning Vedas, doing Nagar Sankirtan, everything. But whenever he would come out, he would not speak to anyone. Then he revealed to me this, he got this privilege because he told his difficulty to Swami. Swami, I have made some friends outside the ashram who visit me inside my shed where I live, and they drag me to my old habits. I can't resist. So this God, out of love for one child, went beyond the normal rules and regulations of the university, and he was admitted in Swami's institute and Swami's hostel, stayed in Swami's hostel with the boys. Every day, then he became such a VIP, everybody observed. So who can stop him? Even Mr. Kieldas dare not. Everybody, he will simply go and sit with Swami's room. And seen many farm boys and gone boys, but I have not seen such farm boy. And greatest revelation he made, he used to come and talk to me, only me, because he had that sense of little gratitude that I was the person, an instrument rather in his language. For me, I don't know him. I don't remember his name, nothing. He told me that Swami has revealed to him that he was Swami Shama, because he asked Swami, Swami, why are you loving me so much more than your boys, your students? Then Swami, it seems, revealed to him that you are my Shama in Shirdi avatar. I have called you. You went astray due to some karmas. Now back to this. And after 6 months, one day, I found him to be arrogant with staff and students. And when after evening bhajans, I took him aside. I said, I found you to be arguing, and he started speaking in some arrogant language about students and this thing. Then I told him, brother, now you have to pass through the fire. And after few days, Swami told him to leave Prashanti Nilayam and go to his place and do his sadhana. But he was totally transformed. It is very difficult to even digest his love because he gives so abundantly, but he knows how to handle. So this boy who came as a hippie with cup of tea and toast in his hands was totally transformed with pure love of divinity. Next, I will give one beautiful example of such one more boy, which was published in Sanatana Sarthi. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai.